Whoa, what are we doing? Whoa, whoa, dragon. Coming back. Obviously, whoa, right there, right underneath them. What the hell is that? A white orb? Super, welcome back everyone. This is Robert at Custodian File. Today is 1/23/25. This is a brand new video, super brand new. So check this out. That was the LAPD coming in, the 225. He came in at 2:03, went out to the ocean, cruised around, came back because he was seeing something. And look at this. Look what I captured. Very lucky, very rare. I haven't even finished editing the video. This is so new. Yes, even my roof camera caught this. So I will be posting that also, but I'm just in a hurry to get this out to you. So look at this guy, this pilot, he's getting tagged all over the place. This is when he came in. See the time, 2:02? He came in, he gets tagged, he cruises out to the ocean, does some circles, comes back. The white orb, this is really like the first for me. Look at this. I gave up hope that I'd ever record a white orb. You know, they're a lot slower. But remember, in my opinion, these dragons are really like the police, but when they find trouble, then they report it to detectives, and the orbs are detectives. Now, the orbs come in, they don't have to fly fast because they're doing an investigation. They're like, what's the problem around here? What's going on? So when you start to see white orbs, I mean, in my opinion, like they're looking for something, they're investigating issues, investigating a complaint, you might say. So super new. I'm gonna have this white orb interpolated. It's being done as we speak. I won't be able to get it to you in this video, but the next video. What do you think, everyone? What a super lucky. There's the plane finder. That's him just cruising up and down. I don't blame the pilot. He didn't want to give up. I mean, if you were a pilot, would you see these things flying in front of you? I mean, you got to be tempted out of curiosity. I want to go back and chase this. At least he didn't really break protocol and start flying like a roller coaster. So he was pretty calm about it, but they were all over him. It's just, this is it. This is the format. If you're new to the channel, there are very small, fast UFOs all over the planet. It's just Marina Del Rey, Los Angeles is infested. This white orb, that's extremely rare. Probably won't get another one for a really long time. That's just really rare there. You could record this no matter where you are in the world. Take your phone out, landscape, zoom in 20% for 30 seconds, and look for a tiny dot. That will be these small, fast dragons, these UFOs. I call them dragons because I thought 7 years ago they were dragonflies. They're not bugs or birds, nothing like that. They are repeatable. This is very predictable. They do trigger the X and K band. They fly behind helicopters, airliners, and they leave an audio click on your videotape also. Feel free to reach out anytime. If you have your own video, send it out to me, custodianfile@gmail. If you have any questions, just ask. I'll get you the answer. Okay, let's go to the next. Super, I just want to do a shout out. Thank you, Jack. Jack brought on Cosmic Road. It works really hard, puts out some really good videos. I was talking about these UFO dragons. There's the IP in the timeline if you want to check it out. I do appreciate it. Keep up the great work, Jack. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay, real quick, you all heard about this. Ross posted this video last week about this UFO egg. So I do think I would have liked to have seen more evidence, more video. And if you're watching my channel, you're like, oh, you got to show me a lot of video because that's what Custodian File has. But nevertheless, I just want to speak to the egg concept. I do think there is something to this. Eggs have been reported. FYI, in case nobody knows, Uri Geller received, from John Lennon. John Lennon had an encounter with some UFOs, some aliens, and they gave him this egg, and he gave it to Uri Geller. And so just FYI, so these eggs seem to be popping up. Just want to put out a theory really quick here. So chances are all over, not all over the world, but probably throughout the universe, the concept of an egg, the beginning of life starts as an egg. I think we could assume that. And so some of these UFOs, the psychologists that build these, engineers that build these UFOs, other planets, they're probably thinking, you know, we want to come across as friendly. We don't really want to scare people with the design of our ship. So, you know, if we make it the shape of an egg, maybe they're already using some friendly psychology, talking to us ahead of time. I mean, because look at it. What would you rather see, a UFO shape of an egg or a UFO shape of a knife? You know, I mean, the knife I think would scare a lot of us, but an egg thing is like, oh, that's okay. That's pretty cool. That's, you know, that kind of is like a chicken egg, and it's positive energy to that. So I'm just putting it out there. It's putting my 2 cents in of psychology. I'm sure there's other stuff I wanted to be bringing up, but yeah, please feel free to give me some feedback. Yeah, but that was the kind of a really interesting. I would have liked to have seen more video evidence on that. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, super. So you just saw this video here. I'm just this was the other day, and right here on the 405 Culver City Marina Del Rey area. Yeah, this truck is just hauling this apparatus, and I'm like, so you got to have some fun once in a while, right? So I'm saying, look, this is an amazing UFO, and I know they're taking it somewhere. Maybe it was covered with a tarp and it flew off on the freeway. Pretty wild. You don't see that every day, right? You just don't. I mean, they're out there, but you just don't see it every day. And so I told my wife, hey, record this thing, roll down the window, and let's see where it all goes here. Pretty darn interesting. A lot of fun. What do you think? If you like what you see, please remember to like, subscribe, comment. I do need your support. Let's hit that 12,000 subscribers thing. Let's just shoot from 11,000 to 12,000. Let's just move forward on this information. Okay, super. Let's go forward. Okay, super. Just real quick for those that are curious, you know, in the LAPD, they're always here and they're looking around They're using they have some very expensive camera equipment, the IR equipment. This is what their IR infrared looks like. This is their monitor. I got this off of YouTube. This was already 10 years ago. Look at the date, 6/14/15. It's hard to believe it's 2025. It sounds made up, doesn't it? Nevertheless, this is what they're seeing. So when they see these dragons just fly by right in front of them, and that was 10 years ago. Can you imagine how much better? The resolution back then was like 720. Now they've got probably these 4K, 6K monitors. Unbelievable what they're seeing right in front of them, and it's obviously being videotaped at the same time. So I have video, but they have better video. They really do. It's just, but that's what they're seeing, and that's what it looks like. Okay, super. Let's go to the next video. Super. Thank you. This is from Patrice in Australia. Perfect video. Landscape, good weather, recording airliners. Now you can record without airliners. It's just going to take more time. I call those solo videos. But if you just wait for an airliner, I think she's right next to the airport. So if you have a lot of aircraft to choose from, that's the way to go. Very universal all over the world. Landscape, look at these things. Very consistent, same size, same shape, same characteristics, same predictability. It's going to work to our advantage because we're going to figure out. Eventually, we're going to figure this out. Eventually, you know, NASA will like, okay, we got to figure this out. What's going on? And then we'll get more answers. But in the meantime, you could do this. No matter where you are, you could do this. Take your phone out, follow the format. That's what they look like. This is slow motion, 12%. Sometimes I have to slow it down to 3% if they're too close to the camera. But in this case, what you could do, you go to planefinder.net. When you see aircraft coming, just pull out your phone and record it. So if you're in your house and you're watching Planefinder, when the aircraft are coming, getting closer and closer, that's what I do. That's why I have also so much video, because of the free radar. So between free radar and knowing that they'll be there ahead of time, you can build your Dragon UFO library very quickly. Great, let's go to the next video. Okay, super, we're gonna do another phone call about my friend Glenn Falkenstein, time traveler. So this phone call, he was doing an experiment on the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension, I know when I heard that, I said, oh my God, Glenn's gonna talk about time. Oh my God, we're gonna get some insight. And he goes, the fourth dimension being sound. I'm like, whoa. Well, we got to get the word out to the some physicists out there. Does anybody out there know the fourth dimension is sound? So nevertheless, so he does this. He plays this time in a bottle theme for 3 minutes, and some people called in and said, "Oh my God, Glenn, my watch is working, my broken watch is working, or things were levitating in my house." And what's really amazing here in this phone call, in this recording, the security guard at Mount Palomar Observatory, San Diego, August of 1974, called the radio station, said, "Glenn, I was just listening to your experiment, and I was walking around, and my watch didn't stop working, but the main chronometer at the observatory stopped. It's not working any longer." And that's what the Navy uses to synchronize their time. So this is a really big deal. It's like a really big deal. So first of all, there's no way to research this. Does anybody have any friends of friends that can go back and look up the records at the Mount Palomar, August of 1974, the clock that stopped, why it stopped, how much money did it take to fix, what was going on? Is it an unknown mystery? I really want to challenge the science world to get me this answer. What happened August of 1974 at the exact moment when Glenn did the radio show about the fourth dimension of sound and how it interacted? Pretty darn amazing. Now, why is this significant, by the way? Because 22 years earlier, Glenn was in Washington, D.C., of July of 1952, when the 7 UFOs hovered over the Capitol. When they hovered over the Capitol, and you go, what's the connection, Robert? What's the connection? Well, 2 days before they hovered over the Capitol, Mount Palomar took a picture of those 7 UFOs in outer space. They were doing before and after pictures, and it just so happens that Mount Palomar took a picture of those 7 UFOs that hovered over the Capitol, and now 22 years later, Glenn is doing this experiment in the security guard at Mount Palomar. So my point is, nothing's random. When it came to Glenn, nothing was random. Glenn knew in 1952 he'd be doing this radio show in 74 and talking to the security guard. And it took me my whole life to connect the dots on this. I make it look easy. It's not. And I'm still connecting the dots. There's still hundreds of hours of radio shows I have not listened to yet. But there you go. So we'll end it at that. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you want to hear more of the Glenn's radio. If not, that's fine. In the meantime, stay safe. This is Robert at Custodian File. Take care. Bye-bye.
Of course, that's what we did. Another interesting call, we got a call from Mount Palomar. One of the guards at Mount Palomar was experimenting along with us. He had his wristwatch. He was listening to his portable radio on his rounds and looking at his wristwatch, trying to stop it. And we played Time in a Bottle. That's a very magical tune that my good friend Roger Williams just recorded in his new album. And his watch didn't stop, but he looked over at the main chronometer there, the major timepiece at Mount Palomar, and that stopped. So, I don't know if they ever got that started again. I bet I should call them and find out. But all kinds of, we took calls for 50 minutes. People's watch stopped, their spoons bent, all kinds of things. Television antennas bent. So all kinds of strange things happened.